Shalom, family. Today we're going to be not decoding, I'm sorry, I'm so used to doing decodes on my other channel. Today we're going to be doing a review video about a review. It's a review of a video that I did, so I'm going to review the review. First, I want to start off by saying, this guy said in the video that, this is what's wrong with black women. I want to start off by saying this is what's wrong with black men. I did an hour video that was full of facts about the brain, etc., etc. And this man took the first 5 minutes of my video where, I was just breaking the ice, making jokes and stuff, trying to lighten people's mood so that they may be able to receive the information. However, he took that, part of the video and did a review and said that, whatever he's saying, which don't really matter because, like I said, he didn't review the part of the video that mattered. And the reason why he didn't review the part of the video that mattered was because you cannot dispute what I'm saying in this video. The scientific facts that I presented, you cannot dispute them. So I don't know if he either did not watch the entire video or he purposely did not review the part of the video that mattered because he couldn't dispute it. So let's hear what he got to say.
Welcome to the Black Light Podcast with Thon, Lexy, here with another update. Today we're going to be reacting to this new video that just surfaced that a few of my subscribers wanted me to cover. There was this black woman who has some things to say about...
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because we already see that this guy has some type of vendetta against black women because I'm a woman first. And I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear a lot of commotion. I am making this video outside because it's a nice day, but he's saying black woman. I'm a woman first over anything, right? Why did you feel the need to emphasize that I'm a black woman, even though I'm not a black woman? I'm literally brown. But, I'll go with that. I'm a black woman. Why did you feel the need to put the emphasis on black, right? I want you to answer that question for me. Let's continue.
Kevin Samuels that weren't positive, of course, but the crazy thing is she didn't even call into the show. So, but she just went on this rant and was trying to give her critique of his work. And I think it kind of will open our eyes up to why a lot of women from our community are coming to the same conclusions about Kevin Samuels. So if you like reaction videos like this, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing to the channel. We've been having a great subscriber push lately. So thank you. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, continue to subscribe, continue to support, and we're going to continue to keep coming with these reactions. So let's play the clip. Let's hop into this and let's see what she had to say about Kevin Samuels.
And I just cannot go on Kevin Samuels' show because he is not going to have a converse. He's not going to converse with you. He's going to completely dominate the conversation. I was watching the last show and there was a woman, she started making good points, and like I already knew what she was about to say, and soon as that woman started to say it, he hung up that phone. Okay,
if the caller that he was speaking to was making a good point, that's subjective. We would have to know what call she's talking about. So, she's just sort of...
Let me stop it here. Whether it's subjective or not doesn't really matter. The only thing that I was explaining is why I will not call into his show. Because soon as you say something that makes sense, like soon as I say something like scientific facts, forget his statistics, scientific facts, like women have a larger prefrontal cortex, and the prefrontal cortex deals with decision making, paying attention to detail, knowing right from wrong, etc., etc., which is why the woman is actually the leader in nature and not the man, because his prefrontal cortex develops at a slower rate, and it's actually smaller than the woman's. And this is why men have such trouble with making good decisions. They take a lot of risk, which is not good decision making. They take a lot of risks that they don't have to take, and always, I'm not going to say always ends up bad, but a lot of times it ends up bad. This is because the prefrontal cortex in man doesn't mature as fast as women, and it's not as it's not as big as women. So women are just better at paying attention to detail. They have foresight, what we call foresight, being able to see how something is going to play out before it actually happens. And this is why women are better at making the decisions, okay? And this is why nature is a matriarchy. The patriarchy, this thing that you guys are feeding women, is a fairy tale. It's a bunch of bull crap. Y'all feeding women the same, all of this hypergamy crap. Y'all feeding women the same crap that they've been feeding women through the storybooks and the Disney movies, like Cinderella and Princess and the Frog. That some prince is going to come and sweep you off your feet, and he going to be rich, and you going to be some poor somebody in a cottage with an evil, wicked stepmother. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. We need to wake up. We need to let this go. See, and this is exactly why I made the video. But see, he asks where the facts. He going to ask where was the facts. You didn't take enough time to watch the video to actually hear the facts. And then you turn around and say, this is what's wrong with black women. No, this is what's wrong with black men. You're a prime example. You have a short attention span. You don't pay attention to detail. And therefore, you make a review, a crappy review of the video that don't dispute none of the points that I made about Kevin Samuels. Let's continue.
I really being there's no way that she could be correct about what she's saying, or there's no way that like people could validate anything that she's saying just by her saying, oh, she was making good points, take my word for it. And then he hurried up and phone. I've seen this plenty of times where women are trying to squeeze their last little thing that they want to say, and then Kevin's he's tired of hearing it. But see, she probably bought this.
Is he tired of hearing it? Or see, and this is what you guys don't understand. See, he said that I attacked Kevin Samuels' sexuality in this video. I've never not once called Kevin Samuels gay. I actually did a whole video about Kevin Samuels being a Pisces, and this just represents why he's a little bit feminine, because I'm actually a Pisces. So I did this video saying that Kevin Samuels is possibly not gay. He may just be a little bit feminine. Okay, so I'm not attacking this man's sexuality. Now, what I did address in the video was that he didn't give people tips. This video, because what I talked about, I believe this live was about when he did the video about man not being good in bed. I can't actually remember what the name of the video was exactly. And I just made a little joke and said maybe he couldn't give you tips because he didn't have the tips to give you. That's not attacking anybody's sexual preference. As you said that I attacked his sexuality. Maybe you said it wrong. Maybe you using words that you don't really know the definition to. Maybe. maybe that's it. And what Kevin Samuels does is, it's not that he's tired. He knows what, and back to my point, he's a Pisces, so he has like this little bit of foresight. I wouldn't say to the extent that women have, but Pisces are just very spiritual people in general. And they have this little foresight. And I explained this in the video that Kevin Samuels is a Pisces. So just as I'm saying that I knew what the woman was going to say, he knew exactly what the woman was going to say as well. And that's why he hangs up. He hangs up when he knows you're going to make a point that he's going to have to address.
Delusion that whatever that caller was had bought and was trying to sell Kevin. You see it all the time. Women are always trying to sell Kevin their side of the story and get help at the same time, and that's just not how counseling works. So let's play the clip. Let's continue.
Okay, he said that's not how counseling works. Kevin Samuels is not a counselor. This is what's wrong with y'all. Y'all sit up here and y'all praise people. Idol. That's idol worship. You a Baal worshiper, a man worshiper. Talking about that's not how counseling works. A lot of those women are not calling Kevin Samuels for counseling. They're calling to, test what he's saying, to test the waters. Those women are not calling Kevin Samuels for counseling. Kevin Samuels is not a counselor. Nothing that Kevin Samuels does resembles counseling. What he does is the same thing that you're doing right now, trying to make a profit off of debasing women who are the cornerstone of the civilization, who man cannot rise above. When you put the woman on the bottom, the society will be on the bottom. And that's why we're having all of these troubles in today's world. But you guys don't seem to understand that. And when somebody tries to teach it to you from a scientific perspective, because the only thing, if I ask you, man, I don't even know what your name is, because I don't care that much. But if I ask you, why do you believe that a man shall rule over a woman? You're going to say one of two things. You're going to say because the Bible said, or you're going to say because men are stronger. Okay, strength does have nothing to do with leadership. Leadership is determined by the decision making. Who's, just like I said, the prefrontal cortex deals with right and wrong, making decisions. So the only thing that you guys are going to say is you're not going to bring no scientific proof, like I did in the video that you didn't get to, and then you want to say, where is the facts? Oh, I gave you a lot of facts. I told you that women are genetically superior. Okay, this is why women outlive men. It's not because men work more and all of that crap, because these days women are working just as much as men. It's a genetic thing. It's because women are genetically superior. Okay, but can you debunk these facts? I gave you plenty of facts that you did not hear because you reviewed only the first 5 minutes of the video. Phone up so quick. He said you ain't getting that out over here. So that's just why I'm like, it's pointless to go on his show. Even if you write, as soon as you start speaking real facts, he gonna hang up the phone. So nobody will ever hear what you got to say anyway. So I'd rather.
What are those real facts? What are those real facts?
He said, what are those real facts? Okay, I just gave you some. Women have a larger prefrontal cortex. They're better at decision making. Okay, amongst a bunch of other things that deal with the prefrontal cortex. But because I don't want to make this video extra long, I already talked about this stuff in the video that he did a crappy job reviewing. I'm not going to sit here and repeat everything. We talked about the hypothalamus, how women have a larger hypothalamus, and what this controls has to do with emotional stability. We talked about how women are more emotionally stable than men. Okay, this is why women can take a lot of crap from men, but man can't turn around and take the same thing from a woman. A man can cheat on a woman 10 times, she can forgive him, take him back, and live like nothing ever happened. She can cheat on him one time and his life is going to be ruined. He going to be crying like a little baby. He going to be devastated, probably trying to fight you and everything else, all because you cheated. Well, this is because men don't have the emotional stability that women have. Okay. You want some facts? All men start off as women in the womb. You were not first. Okay. Y'all live in a fairy tale. So I'm going to ask you, what is your facts why men should lead? Okay, because all of the facts when we get into biology and anatomy says that the woman should lead. Men are the lower self. Women are the higher self. Yeah, I like to say in the Bible, the man is the head. The woman is the crown of the head, the upper portion of the head. But y'all don't know any of this. Maybe you would have knew if you would have actually tried to review the whole video.
Somebody started speaking real facts. What are these facts?
Make a video on my channel about this foolishness, okay? So I also want to.
It's funny, like, she's very brave making a video about Kevin, but couldn't call him the show herself. And she's married. She's gonna later disclose that she's married. And this is very interesting.
Just address that his last live, which was about men that are bad in sex. I just want to say, if I was you, man, I would be outraged. Okay, I would be outraged because this man took female callers, talked about how man was bad in the bedroom, but he didn't have one piece of advice to offer you.
Anybody know what she's talking about? When did Kevin talk about men being bad in bed? See, the propaganda right now.
He did a whole show when women calling in about should they leave a man who is bad in bed. Okay, that's what the show was about. Should a woman leave a man who is bad in bed? Maybe you didn't catch this live. Maybe you need to go back and watch his content.
Out there about Kevin Samuels, it's so incredibly strong. It's so incredibly strong that women don't even listen to his content when they pull up. They just,
Like you didn't listen to my content, like you reviewed the first 5 minutes of the video and not anything, not none of the stuff that I said about the brain, none of the stuff that I said about the roles between men and women. You didn't review any of that. You reviewed the first 5 minutes of the video where I was just breaking the ice with people, just cracking corny jokes and et cetera, et cetera. Right? Like I said, your attention span is short, but you on here trying to teach people. You can't teach people because let me tell you something. You can't learn nothing. You can't learn nothing because your attention span is so short. You wouldn't be able to sit there long enough. Okay, and this is actually why boys don't do as well as girls in school because they're not able. They have a short attention span. They can't be still. Okay, this is why we give men jobs where they can work with their hands. Okay, with your hands. That's what you're good at. Strength, hands-on activity. Okay, you can't sit still long enough to learn something important clearly.
they just take from it what they want. Never has Kevin said the things that she's saying right there.
Like he just took from my video what he wanted. And I'm sorry about the background. Y'all hear my neighbors and stuff.
That Kevin never has Kevin just went on and on about how men are bad at sex or whatever. I don't know.
Nobody said that Kevin said that men were bad in sex. He said that women say that men are bad in sex. And he did a whole live about it. See, you not pay attention. Pay attention, sir.
I don't know where she's getting this from. What show is she watching?
He didn't have one piece of advice to give you, to help you. OMG, I would be in the outrage.
Why would men be outraged that another man isn't giving them advice on what to do with their member? And when
I would be outraged if somebody was pointing out all my flaws but not giving me any tips to correct the flaws. Okay, and that's what Kevin Samuel does. He'll point out all these women's flaws, but he's not really giving them the information that they need to so-called correct these flaws that he say that they have. Okay, he's not telling women to change for the betterment of their self. He's telling women to change for the betterment of some man that may or may not be worth it.
when was Kevin's show ever about giving out sexual advice? Ma'am, you pull it up to a show that you don't even know what the meaning of the show is. You don't even know what Kevin is trying to do.
Blah blah blah.
You're just angry at him because you feel like you're supposed to. Why? Because
First of all, let me stop there. I'm not angry at Kevin. For real, I don't even care about Kevin. The only reason I use Kevin Samuel's name is because I know that all you misogynists are watching him. And I know that if I put Kevin Samuel's name in the video, you'll come and watch the video. And hopefully you may learn something. But a lot of y'all in such high defense of some men that y'all don't even know that you can't hear anything or learn anything else. And it's this very sad thing when you idolize somebody to a point. And let me tell y'all what's going to end up happening with Kevin. He big right now, but this is what the spirit has been revealing. It's not, his time is short, okay? And I'm going to just say that his time is short because y'all don't realize that the time that we're moving into now is about equality And it's not going to be, this misogynist mindset is not going to be allowed to cross over, basically. And I'm going to just say that.
So many other black women are angry at Kevin Samuels right now.
Yeah, but angry, definitely not angry. Nothing that he says applies to me. Now, the only thing that upsets me about Kevin, I absolutely agree. Women, we have a lot of work to do because, you haven't understood your role as the leader, as, the guide of your family and of the civilization. Therefore, you haven't been able to live up to your role as that. That's understandable. But the only thing that I'm angry about, well, not angry, the only thing that I dislike that Kevin does is he tries to use the Bible to push his misogynistic views. And me being somebody who studied the Bible for 10 years in its original language, I'm just not going to let that fly. See, most of the women that he talks to don't have any Bible knowledge. They don't study the Bible. They don't know Hebrew. They don't know how things were changed when the word was being translated from the many languages that it was translated to, from Hebrew to Greek, from Greek to English, etc. So this is what I dislike about Kevin. If you want to be a misogynist, be a misogynist, but don't use God to hide behind your misogyny and say, oh, this is what God created, because it's not. Okay, we can see what God created in nature, and everything is a matriarchy. Okay, even the Jewish people understand that their bloodline, like y'all over here in America, because y'all are taught everything wrong. Y'all say that the father carries the seed, but that's not true. It's actually the mother who carries the seed. And the Jewish people know this. They understand this, and they tell you that they have a matrilineal descent because it's the mother who carries the bloodline. Okay, the child gets the blood from the mother when the child is being formed in her womb. Okay, the word for blood in Hebrew actually is mother. But see, that's too deep for y'all, because y'all attention span too short. You can't learn nothing that's actually valuable.
Interesting. It's telling.
Like, how dare you? He didn't give y'all one piece of advice, no piece of information that's going to help y'all. That's because, let me tell y'all, Kevin Samuels is bad in bed. He must be bad in the bedroom.
Here we go. The masculinity attacks, the identity attacks.
Masculinity attacks. Being bad in the bed don't have nothing to do with being masculine. You can be as masculine as you want to be and still don't know what you're doing in the bedroom. That's not attack against nobody's masculinity. That's not attack against nobody's sexuality. Like I said, you saying stuff and you don't seem to understand the definition. You don't seem to comprehend the words that you're using.
Shame, insults, guilt. They need to be right. This woman doesn't even know the premise of Kevin's.
Listen, I don't need to be right. I am right. You know why I'm right? Because science says I'm right. Because nature says I'm right. And your very religion, if you read the Bible or if you're a so-called Christian, says I'm right. It's not my fault that black people are killed for a lack of knowledge. Our people are really don't know anything. Hold on, family. The neighbor done just started cutting his grass. He done rolled his lawnmower all the way over here. I'm like, what the world? Go back down there with that. But yeah, I done lost my train of thought now. Oh, our people are killed for a lack of knowledge, and this is the problems why. Y'all let people come and tell y'all a whole bunch of fairy tale bull crap, and y'all don't do your own research.
Show, but she thinks that she has him pegged. And now she's assaulting his sexuality before she's even privy of what his talking points are.
I know what Kevin's talking points are. You don't know what my talking points are because you only watched the first 5 minutes of my video, which is sad.
This is what we're dealing with in our community. This is what
we're dealing with in our community. People with no education, short attention span, don't know anything about science, anatomy, biology. They don't know anything about spirituality, metaphysics, nothing about language, okay? Nothing about language. And I'm studied in all of these areas. So I don't even know why he did this review to get chopped up.
This is our women, and this is a chosen woman supposedly. And I would like to, and that's actually, that's still up to question. She says she has a husband, but I need receipts. Let's play the clip.
I'm so sorry. This video is not good because everybody want to come out and start doing stuff when you start sitting in your car just trying to make a video. Now people want to cut the grass, yell, etc. But he said, do I got a husband? Yeah, I got a husband. Then he questioned if my husband was high value. Yeah, my husband is high value. My husband manages a whole department at Children's Hospital. While you are sitting up on YouTube begging for Cash App, okay? But you said, I'm trying to sell something. Let me tell you, my channel is not monetized, nor will it ever be monetized because I don't look to make money off YouTube. I'm a teacher. I'm a spiritual teacher, and that's the only thing I want. I want to give back to my people spiritual information, and I do that for free. I don't charge. I don't say, hey, hit my Cash App. My channel is not monetized. It look like you the only person I see trying to sell something with your Cash App up there, and all of that. But you say, I'm trying to sell something. Everything that I give for free. I love to give back knowledge and information to my community because that's what we like the most. Those are the areas that we lack in, especially the black man. So no, I'm not selling nothing, unlike you. Oh no, why he ain't help y'all? This y'all king.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the sad thing is this is someone who is old and somebody who is probably mid-30s, and
he said I'm in my mid-30s. I'm 29 years old. I actually just turned 29 in February. Now I'm in my mid-30s, which I think I actually said in the video. I think I said my age and my husband's age in the video, which I'm 29. My husband is 37. He talking about high value man. He's definitely not a high value man. You sitting around, you look like a teenager. You got all of these posters stuck up and pictures and stuff cut out like you in high school, back there up on the wall. I ain't never been in no high value man's home that looked like that. You ain't gonna find that in my house because we grown. We gonna see frames and family photos. Not magazine cutouts stuck up on the wall. And then talking about is somebody high value or not. Yes, my husband is very high value. We've been together for 10 years and he's never cheated on me, not one time. You know how valuable that is? You know how many women want a man who not going to cheat on them? All of them. Your woman, your mama, your sister, your cousin, all of them. All of them want a husband like mine who going to be faithful and stick it out through ups and downs, okay? Not somebody like y'all who going to run out and cheat at the first sign of, at the first obstacle and then say I'm exercising my options. That's not high value, that's low value. You're not valuable. You something that everybody can get. That's not valuable, and I don't care how much money you got. How many of these rappers, these guys, all with this money that's high value, and they go out and they sleep around with all of these women. They buy all of them a bag. They buy them all a bag. They take them all shopping. This is not something that no other woman can get, okay? It's not a man with money. That's not something that no other woman can get. You know why? Because he going to sleep around, just like y'all said. He going to exercise his options, okay?
she's just using meme talking points. We've all seen is this your king? And then they try and put a picture of Kevin up that they perceive to be feminine. And then that's their way of slandering Kevin Samuel's supporters.
Not one time did I mention Kevin Samuels being feminine in the video. Not one time did I put up a picture and say he was gay.
It's pretty low hanging fruit for even a better term to add. Let's go.
Low hanging fruit. No, whatever woman get with you is gonna be low hanging fruit. She's gonna be sitting around broke while you trying to hustle up on money from YouTube, from your podcast. She's gonna be sitting up, shutting up, and being quiet because she don't have nothing valuable to offer from her brain. The only thing she's gonna be good for is laying on her back, because that's the type of women that you guys like. All of this hypergamy crap, it's just a new word for gold digger. And that's what y'all love. Y'all love y'all some gold diggers. You know what the Bible says about a virtuous woman? It says a virtuous woman, a wise woman buildeth up her house. Okay, that means she builds up her family. She builds up her husband. The word for house in Hebrew means archives. That means she has the knowledge. She stores the knowledge and the information. It means treasury. That means she get out there and get money. She stores up money. You know, a virtuous woman in the scripture is called a merchant. Okay, a merchant. Say she buy land and get out there. She makes stuff and she sells stuff. See, y'all don't want a virtuous woman. Y'all want a gold digger. Y'all trying to turn hoes into housewives and say, you know, this is what a housewife should be. No, it's not. Not by God's standards. Not by God's definition. He should have helped y'all, but I bring that up because I did a video prior to this a few months back, and the title of it was you know, and I'm not even going to keep reviewing this. I think I'm over this. I think I'm over it. Plus, a lot of stuff is going on out here. But from the thing, he didn't dispute anything that I said in the video, which is, you know, that men are not designed to lead, that the woman is actually designed to lead, and the man is designed to protect. Okay, he's the strength, she's the brain. Period, point blank. If you can dispute this, go back and watch my video, and just if you can dispute the points that I made in the video about the parts of the brain and what they work for, and who, you know, etc., by all means make another video. If not, go somewhere and sit down and shut up. See, y'all ain't gonna be telling women to shut up and sit down no more. We gonna be telling y'all to shut up and sit down and learn something. Shalom, family. Love you guys. Until we meet again.